Hello, peeps. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to MUFC Realist TV. This is Mick Ruby coming raw and live. Not really live, but actually with a raw opinion. Is Ruben Amorim safe until Christmas if you look at the overall table and the fixtures that we have? Barring that we played almost the most top four sides in the table, and we have a lenient fixture going. Manchester United will buy a midfielder, something that we didn't manage to do. Will it be Baleba? His head is kind of being turned, he's been subbed out, or will it be in Adam Wharton? And Harry Maguire seems to be go for free next summer. According to the reports, his contract is expire. This is the end of the road of him, in my opinion. Guys, do me a massive favor, because we're gonna talk about this cool and composed. Do me a massive favor, like and subscribe. Let's rock and roll. Welcome back, guys. This is going to be a brief 10 minutes update. Guys, it is funny when Manchester United are kind of winning games that the tides are turning. But when we are on a losing streak, the media and the knives are out and sharpened, and they're calling for Ruben Amorim's head. However, that victory, the clean sheet with Senne Lammens and Šeško scoring the beautiful goal together with Mason Mount, has kind of changed the tune in the media. All of a sudden, iPaper Sports are reporting that Sir Jim Ratcliffe expects Ruben Amorim to stay to the end of the season. And for me, it doesn't really make sense to sack another manager like we did with Erik ten Hag last season, and we had to start over again. So media has been creating the shitstorm as per usual. And if we actually look at the table, guys, it isn't that bad. Look, Man United sitting on 10th with 10 points, right? And if we look at the fourth spot, Bournemouth on 14 points, that is 4 points away. And who is leading? Arsenal on 16 points. So 16 points, 6 points away from actually reaching top one spot, which is 3 games. And this has been a funny Premier League season. I know you shouldn't really talk about the table. It's a false dawn. But look, at the end of the day, is it too premature to call for Ruben Amorim? Said, I will never love to sack a manager. I want him to succeed. And we're seeing that we have injury boost coming back. The Licha is coming back after the international break with Mazarawi as well. So we have a full fit squad. And of course, since we're only playing 1 game a week, barring that the FA Cup is also starting, Ruben Amorim have a little bit of a teething problem. Which one do we select to start? Yeah, it is a little bit of a rock and a hard place in a way, but because Mason Mount is doing well. Mason Mount, we kind of count him out because he's been injury prone, right? But all of a sudden, a fit Mason Mount is good for the team as a squad player, and has done fantastically well. So that leaves the question, why did we buy Cunha? Why did we buy Mbeumo? Well, simply, we need a fit, strong team, even if somebody gets injured. But we haven't seen the best of Cunha as of yet. And we haven't seen the front three that we like to see with Cunha, Šeško, and Mbeumo. Or even a Bruno as a number 10, which I favor, because I think that Bruno Fernandes is wasted to play deep as a number 6 in a double pivot. So that is a little bit of a problem, and that is the only criticism that I'm going to give Ruben Amorim. But at the end of the day, the most important thing is that you have the base covered, which is the goalkeeper, because Onana was nervous, Onana was flabberhands, and then we have another nervous goalkeeper in number 2, Bayander, that, I don't know, it was bad, really bad, with a shot-stopping percentage of 54%. We saw what Senne Lammens can do. You have no nervousness. When you have no nervousness, the back 4 is kind of trusting your back 3, right? We even saw after the game, like, you know, how Matt de Ligt were coming out congratulating from the clean sheet. And we are starting to see Benjamin Šeško on top, clicking and scoring 2 goals in a row. For me, that is the most important thing. It is like a burger, right? You have the bottom, which is the goalkeeper, protecting all the juices and everything to trickle through and fall down to the floor. And then on the top, we have the striker, which is the top bun, which is actually making the sweet spot. In the middle, we have all the juices, the meat and everything. I'm sorry if you're vegetarian, but you know the analogy. The only problem is the midfield, and that is something that we didn't cover in the summer. We didn't have time because Manchester United, in my opinion, were focusing to get the bomb squad out, and they did. So I don't understand, why are we complaining, right? So we are sitting 10th with 6 points away from top 1 spot. However, if we actually look at the run of fixtures, if we look at this, let's have a look at these fixtures. Right, coming back from after the international break, right? We actually facing, let's see, Liverpool at Anfield. And who thought that Liverpool would be a bottle job at this point of the time? They overspent. They spent £450 million on players, and they're not gelling at the moment. Wirtz, where are you? Wirtz have absolutely scored 0 goals and 0 assists, and that is laughable. So I think that Manchester United coming in here with the confidence, with the swagger, with the clean sheet, going to Anfield, at least 1 point, and then we have Brighton, the Baleba that's been heads been turned. We're playing Brighton at home on the Saturday 25th of October, and that must be a 3 point. So instantly there, if I calculate, we will have 4 points if we draw against Liverpool. We might even beat Liverpool at Anfield because they are the weakest team. Going into the November fixtures, this is going to be interesting because we're playing Nottingham Forest away, and Nottingham Forest is shite at the moment, right? Then we have Spurs away, which kind of can get a little bit tricky, but still, it's winnable, right? And then November 24th, we're playing Everton at home, and we should win this one. Right, we go at Crystal Palace away, and that's going to be the tricky one with Oliver Glasner. And we're coming into December, definitely Manchester United, West Ham. That is 100% 3 points in my opinion. Away, Wolves. Wolves is at the bottom of the team. We should be winning the game on the 6th of December. Moving on, 13th of December, Manchester United playing Bournemouth, and that is a tricky one. That I can see we win at Old Trafford because we're playing at home. Villa is shit. Definitely, we're playing them away on Saturday the 20th. And then we look at 27th, Manchester United versus Newcastle. Now, that is a blockbuster. But where is Newcastle sitting on the table? They are sitting below us, 100%. And we're finishing off with no other than Wolves on the 30th at home. So, guys, let me know your thoughts and feelings. How many maximum points can we get? And it's winnable games. Basically, we played all the top 4 sides. So this is kind of the games that we need to win, the mid-table teams as well. And we seem to struggle, but we got to believe. And I think that Ruben Amorim has been blessed now with this former run of games now that he has in front of him. There's only 1 game a week. We're not playing in Europe. FA Cup starts after the New Year's. So, guys, I believe that we can actually clinch into the top 4, if you ask my opinion. If I add this to the stage again, I remove this one and add this table, right? Add to the stage, Mick. Look, this is where we're sitting. And it's been a little bit of a funny old start of the season. We didn't have the best, but at least we won 3 home games in a row. Well, that's impeccable for me. So why are we panicking? Of course, the January is coming, and we all know that we need a midfielder. Now, Carlos Baleba, my God. Carlos Baleba, his head has been turned. His head is at Manchester. Well, his feet is at Brighton at the moment. But look, it's funny. It's funny because he's been subbed out every single game. It's a funny stat, if I may add this to the stage. I want to add this, and I want to share this. Add this to the stage. Let's zoom in on this one. Okay, against Wolves, he was subbed out in 54th minute. 67th minute against Chelsea, 53rd minute against Barnsley, 45th minute in the first half against Spurs, and 24th minute in Bournemouth. My God. And I see online fans say, I don't want him. But his head has been turned. And this is actually good news for Manchester United because that means the price will come down. No doubt he's a talent. No doubt he has a fantastic season. And no doubt that he's the number 1 target that we're going to get in January. Because guess what? Casemiro's contract expires next year. We haven't replaced Eriksen. And we know we had that midfield problem. We even hear stories about Kobe Mainoo might want to leave in January. But I don't think Kobe's going to go anywhere. Guys, is this panic? Or is it just media creating this panic? I think it's time to reflect over this 2-week international break. Puh, I hate that. But however, we have nothing more to talk about that. I don't want to hear another story about Ruben Amorim getting sacked. Guess what? He did changes. He started Lammens, and we're seeing that Benjamin Sesko is starting to cook. So let me know in the comments section, where do you think that we will end up come New Year's? Do we think we're going to be in top 4? By the looks of the prediction, I think we have a fair bit of a chance to get in the top 5. No problems. So what is the problem? Also, Harry Maguire leaving at the end of the summer for free. Good riddance, guys. It's been Mick Ruby from MUFC Realist TV. You will find me later live on Tactical Devils with Jarvis, Cocker, and Stu Woolley. Guys, do not forget to do me a massive favor, like and subscribe. And it's time to send it. Bye.